So, I've been able to install macOS Sequoia on my ThinkPad T480S, and I'm really shocked at how this old laptop handles everything. Trust me, macOS Sequoia runs better on this laptop. Everything feels snappier, which makes me appreciate this laptop a lot. Alright, before we dive in, go grab an external mouse because your trackpad won't work right away. But don't worry, we will fix that later. Also, a 32GB flash drive as minimum is needed, since the image we are about to download is more than 16GB. Let's start with the image download. Open any browser of your choice. Google search Olarilla and open the first link. These guys have made Hackintosh setups way easier. A big shout out to them. Click on the vanilla images, then scroll down to download your preferred macOS image. You can choose between Mediafire or Torrent. I just prefer Mediafire. Alright, since I have the image, I will just cancel the download and start flashing it right away. Now, head over to Google and search for Balena Etcher. That is the tool we will use to write macOS to our USB. Once you are on the official site, go ahead and download the Windows version. Alright, once the download is complete, just double click the setup file and follow the prompt to install Etcher. Now, go ahead and insert your flash drive. Personally, I like to quickly format it in File Explorer before flashing, just to make sure there is nothing left on it. Totally optional, but that's my habit. Once you are ready, open Etcher and click on Flash from File. Select the macOS image you downloaded earlier, then choose your USB drive as the target. Finally, click on Flash and let it do its own thing. Good. Now let's proceed to downloading and copying the right EFI to the flash drive. The EFI part of the process is important because it is responsible for booting macOS. Head over to Google and search for CPUZ. That is the tool we will use to get the code name of our CPU. Go ahead with the download and install it. Now, open CPUZ to know the code name of your CPU. As you can see, mine is Kaby Lake R. Now head over to Olarela and on the EFI page, download the EFI that matches your CPU's code name. So there are two sections, desktop and notebook. I will use the notebook section since I am installing it on my laptop. Feel free to grab your EFI under the desktop section if you are installing it on a desktop computer. I promise that we are close to having a complete EFI for the installation of macOS on our PC. Head over to Google and search for Gen SM BIOS. I usually type Gen BIOS and it still gets me to the same page. So this is the tool we will use to set the specific macOS platform information for our laptop. It tricks macOS into thinking that it is running on Apple's hardware. Now, extract the downloaded zip file. Open the Windows batch file and then follow the prompt. Make sure you are connected to the internet to be able to download Python and the latest EFI from OpenCore. Now enter 1 to install or update Mac serial. For the second option, we will have to locate the EFI we extracted and drag and drop the config file into the terminal to get a full path. Good. The third part is a bit tricky, but I'll try my best to simplify everything. It's basically asking us to type an SM BIOS of our choice, but we cannot just input anything. It is very important to choose something closest to our hardware. For this laptop, MacBookPro 15.2 is the closest and 14.2 works as well. To find yours, head over to Google, search for Dotania. Use the first link. Under Config, click on the type of personal computer you have. In my case, it's a laptop or notebook. Now, click on the platform info under the code name that matches yours. Enter 4 to generate a new UUID, and Q to save and quit the terminal. Alright, we are now at the final part of making the bootable USB. Head over to Google and search for DiskGenius and download and install it. In case you are wondering, these two let us mount the EFI partition on the flash drive. We will need that so we can copy the EFI folder onto it and get the USB ready for booting macOS. I already have DiskGenius installed, so I won't be downloading it again. Go ahead and open DiskGenius. Then insert your flash drive. Once it shows up, look for the EFI partition. You usually see it listed separately. Double-click to open it, and permanently delete anything you find inside. We want to start fresh before copying in our new EFI folder. Now, go ahead and locate the EFI folder we built earlier. Simply copy it, then head back into DiskGenius and paste it right into the EFI partition of the flash drive, or you can simply drag and drop it. That is it. We have now placed the boot files where they need to be. Alright, now it's time to restart the PC and begin the installation process. Make sure your USB is plugged in and get ready to boot into the installer. You will need to enter your BIOS to change a few settings before you proceed with the installation of macOS. These are the settings to change on this laptop. Now go ahead and press F12 to enter the boot menu. If F12 didn't work for you, don't worry. The key might be different depending on your laptop, so feel free to Google your specific model's boot menu key. Once you are in, just select your USB flash drive from the list and hit enter to continue. It is recommended to reset your NVRAM once, so let's do that and restart the whole boot menu process again. This time, select Install macOS and hit enter to begin the installation process. Now, just let it do its thing. You will see some loading screen and eventually the macOS welcome screen should appear. Go ahead and select your preferred language, then choose Disk Utility from the menu. At the top left, make sure to change the view to show all devices. This will reveal the full internal drive. Once that's done, select your internal drive. Click Erase and give it any name you like. You can leave the other options as they are, no need to change the format or scheme. Once you have erased the drive, go ahead and close Disk Utility. Then select Install macOS from the menu. Agree to the terms and conditions, then choose the internal drive you just formatted. After that, just let it do its thing. The installation will take a while, and the system will restart a couple of times along the way. Don't touch anything, just sit back and relax until you see the macOS welcome screen again. Congratulations, you have finally made it to the macOS welcome screen. Great job sticking through all the steps. Now, go ahead and follow along with me as we set up macOS for the first time.
Just like the street lights lit this town, like a fire in a blaze, gotta burn it down. Can't be afraid to leave this out. We got this far, don't know how. I see danger in us. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we're gonna let it rain. Tonight, we're gonna let it rain. Tonight, we're gonna let it rain. Just like the sunrise.
Now, it's time to move the EFI folder on the flash drive to the internal drive's EFI partition so that we can boot into macOS without the help of the flash drive. We will need a tool called OCAT, and I will include a link to it in the description. Install OCAT by mounting it and dragging it into the applications folder. OCAT makes it easy to mount EFI partitions and manage your OpenCore config. We will use it to finish things up. Now, open OCAT. When you see a warning sign like this, open Settings and allow OCAT from the Privacy and Security section. To mount the flash drive's EFI partition and copy the EFI folder, make sure you have the drive inserted. Mount the flash drive's EFI partition by clicking on Edit and then Mount ESP. Now, copy and paste the EFI folder to any directory of your choice and remove the flash drive. Now, repeat the same thing, but this time for the internal storage. Locate the internal drive's EFI partition in Finder and move the EFI folder to it. It's time to let macOS boot on its own, so let's restart the system. It is advisable to reset your NVRAM for the last time before booting into macOS. Let's do that. And that is it. You now have macOS up and running on your PC. But we are not done yet. In the next video, I will walk you through fixing Wi-Fi, Bluetooth and getting all your hardware fully working. So if this helped you, don't forget to like, subscribe and check the next part. We are making this Hackintosh experience as smooth as possible.